Hello guys, and welcome back to Joe's Adventures, and today we'll be doing another episode of our Megaquarium Freshwater Frenzy playthrough, which is a DLC which came out for Megaquarium, where you can get a lot of freshwater fish and stuff, and it even has its own little campaign. So we're getting into the second to last missions, where we're going to Kairobi. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Kairobi, so we head into Kairobi. So expand this collection through clever use of trades and breeding. Okay, so Kairobi Aquarium has been struggling for some time due to its isolated location. It has been difficult to source new species for the collection. In Kairobi, only a limited number of animals are available through research. Your mission is to exploit various trading and breeding options to expand the variety of the animals in the aquarium. You still need to do your work your way up the ranks to access all the animals as usual. Keep an eye out for your message logs, some new opportunities. Tip: try not to trade anything your last pair of breedable animals. Breed them first and trade the offspring. Okay, that works well. So let's see what we can get first. We'll get some killfish. And we don't have any flickers yet. We want to breed them. Let's see if our flickers will be breeding. Okay, so that might just take a little bit of time. Okay, so let's get into it. Start with these killfish. Might make 2 tanks for them. I think that might be a good idea. That's annoying. Start with a hand crab. Okay, so let's get this sorted. Opening. I think we're going to have to make 2. So how many do we got? 4. So they only breed in pairs, so we'll have to make 2 habitats for these guys. And they get themselves a nice pump, little pump. Ooh. Okay, let's get a fish in there. Sells a couple logs. That's annoying. Maybe just put make it filter. That still doesn't work. It's a little nitrate thing then. So that should work. Should cover that for the moment. And then we'll make sure we've got ourselves our... Let me just check the recording right. Yep. Yep. Okay, so... Okay, so they're going to potentially make, so let's see. What are you guys? So we need... So we get the first section. Tetris here. Let's get ourselves some Tetris. We get ourselves a row machine. The best kind of machine. And then we can just fill it up with this. Heavy? Cool, heavy fishes. And then we can put our Alfonso's guys soon. Alfonso's curry. Look at our happy boys. Clickos. Turtles. Who doesn't love turtles? You guys, you should be breeding in here soon. We'll see. Snake grass for sale. Butterfly ram eggs. Get some butterfly rams. Okay, so that should work. Our rams put them in. see what we can do now. All these species we've already covered in other videos. Oop. Well, that was annoying. It's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, so we can have a look at the Atlantic pollock if you like, while we're waiting for some other stuff. We have to wait for some killifish. Here we are, the European or Atlantic pollock. We'll have a look at them here. Oh, and then the glitch happens as usual. They are fast-living, fast-growing, and short-lived. They maximum live for about 15 years. These guys are found across the northern Atlantic and the North Sea. They can get up to about 130 centimeters long and weigh up to about 18 kilos, even though they commonly get about 75. It's just those really extreme individuals. And they're quite common in fisheries, and they mainly represent bycatch though, so a lot of people kind of looking for other fish, they get caught a lot in bycatch. Which is a big problem in the oceans, because usually about, for every like 1 pound of fish that you want to catch, you catch about 5 pounds of animals you don't want to catch. So like things like whales, elephants, not elephants. Why was I thinking elephants? Whales, dolphins, fish, other fish you don't want, things like that. So it's very dangerous to think how we fish our oceans. Quite beautiful things, and we got our cuttlefish as well. Common cuttlefish. So these are one of the largest and better known cuttlefish species. They are a migratory species that's in the summer and spring inshore, where they spawn and then they move to depths of up to 200 meters. They can get up to about 49 centimeters in mantle length and about 4 kilos in weight, though animals from more subtropical areas tend to really exceed 30. So it's really dependent on their habitats. Colder animals will get bigger. Very intelligent, of course, even though they live for a couple of years. And they can use, like other squids and octopus, they can use their chromatophores to create all these different colors and use that for display. It's very wonderful if you think about it. Very intelligent. They feed on whatever they can, pretty much. Small crustaceans, small fish, other cuttlefish sometimes, they're cannibals. And if you've seen a cuttlefish bone, it's a really common thing for pet animals in calcium. Yeah, they're doing quite well, and they're very wonderful animals, and they're very intelligent. So it's quite cool to see. Now we need to check on everything. Oh, they're bred, nice. We won't buy them quite yet. I just want to check on our fry. Oh, they haven't come yet. We can get ourselves a nice big tank for our piranhas. Yes, a deal. So we get ourselves a nice big piranha tank, and it'll be awesome. What do you guys think? I think. So what we'll do first is clear out a big area around here. There we are. Get ourselves a nice big Belfast tank. That's what I think will work well. For our biggie fish. Maybe a small tunnel tank. No, we'll go with a tunnel tank. I like that idea. No, we'll go with the Belfast. Oh, that's cool. Belfast tank. Then we can add a little bit in the corner here. A little bit of area for that's quite nice actually. I like that design. Just make sure we've got enough space in here for all the filtration this is going to need, because it's quite a big ourselves a mega heater. And a mega filter. I have a feeling in the future that's going to need to be changed so we can swirl it up. Okay, so we need to add a lot more filtration as well. We need to get like a big one. Have to invest in that soon. But first, thing I'm going to do is just quickly invest in a couple small ones for the moment. That's 50. Add lots and lots of bogwood here. Look at some Java ferns. So that's plenty. So now there we are. Look at that. That looks quite nice actually. So I think we're going to have to fix that up in the future, but that looks fine for now. We can play it, I think. Should make sure they get their fish. You guys want roach. Looks quite nice. Just quite happy with that stuff coming out. So talk about our piranhas. So these are of course applications. Oh, that looks good. So I was just about to do that. We're going to deal with our rams. What do you guys eat? Live. A bigger tank. Get the zooplankton in there to feed them. Good. Hopefully. So now we get our biggie fishy round here. So we'll talk about the piranhas. So these are the and then I get this. Let's get ourselves in our consumption. So here we've got red-bellied piranha, which are obviously very famous for being animals that just pretty much just go and kill whatever. See a person jump in the water in a horror movie and they just turn to bones because of piranha. But this very common misconception, even though they do live in South America, around Amazon, Paraguay, around there, and they are actually omnivorous. They feed on insects, worms, crustacean, other fish, and they are not very often migratory, but they do seek out conditions that are conducive to their breeding. And even though they are famous for that hunting, shoaling behavior, they don't exhibit it very often, and they can, believe it or not, communicate through sounds, acoustically through water, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of recent research in fish, like if you kind of have it at the right frequency, the undersea ocean kind of sounds more like a forest full of birds, but instead of birds, it's fish. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, pretty wide description. Pretty wide distribution, and they can get pretty big. They can get up to about 4 kilos and 50 centimeters, but they really surpass 35 centimeters, and they obviously get their name red belly from that red belly. And as I mentioned, they tend to do well in aquarium, and they even spawn in aquariums. They tend to lay about several thousand eggs near water plants where the eggs stick on them, and then the male comes to fertilize them, and then the juvenile piranha hatch and will hide in the plants to defend themselves from predators. And yeah, that's about it. They often travel in shoals, but they don't often like attack things in shoals. Usually it's only when they're desperate or when it's defensive. They've been known to attack animals like dolphins, larger fish, caiman, and birds, which is pretty interesting. That's kind of what that gives them their name, their reputation of being something that kills everything once they get in the water. They are pretty locally abundant, though in some places they are the most common fish species, so they are in danger from things like pollution and over collection for the pet trade, even though they do spawn in aquariums quite well. They can feed pretty much anything in aquariums, so like fresh frozen foods, but will not eat rotten meat. They feed on live animals or dead animals as prey. Live feedings can include, if you feed them goldfish, they can often inhibit growth and cause diseases, so we don't feed live fish to captive aquarium fish. And they are very messy eaters, so in an aquarium you have to make sure it's very well filtered, and they also need places to hide in dim light. And they may not eat every day, but they do not to be fed daily. They can if they get too hungry, they eat each other. That's pretty dangerous. Okay. Number 9. Let's go. Let's see what else we got here. It's a deal. You get some of these. Not quite for you here. So now we've got our access to a couple of nice little fishies. Make something for our okay, so how many do we have? So they're grown up, that's good. 2. 12 plus 12 is 24, so we need something that's at least 24. Give them like a which seems I want to give them like a nice overhanging tank. Maybe give them a jetty tank. Pet the crab. That's nice. And we'll go with this. We'll go with regal tank. So what we'll do now is ourselves a nice tank for our spawners, and then get some filters up in there. Pause it. Almost got that RO machine. They don't like rocks. Yeah, should be fine then. We'll get rid of those when I have lugworm. Make sure they get their lugworm. I think I need to convert this into a wall. to get more starts as well. I don't want these guys dying of hunger. I just want to make sure it's all high priority now. What about you guys? I need to give him some supplements too. Okay, so let's sort you guys out. Yeah. So that's working around. We can now talk about our Stingray. I'm actually kind of afraid of putting the panther crab in with them because I know they're going to eat them. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we don't have any of those yet. So. We've got some time now. We can have a look at that. Is everyone happy? Oh, these guys are growing up. We can talk about them now. Pause. Nice. Now this is epic. Let's move them. Okay, that works. So then we can add a lot more fish in here. Now this is awesome. So now we can talk about our butterfly worms. Our cichlids. So a whole group of cichlids. Put some coddies in. I think I like that. You guys happy? Everyone happy? Yeah, everyone's happy. So the blue ram is a freshwater fish exclusive to the Orinoco River Basin, which is in, of course, South America, very close to the Amazon. In the savannas of Venezuela and Colombia, so kind of around there. They have been examined in many different fish studies and are very popular aquarium fish. And they have a bunch of names, not just the butterfly ram cichlid, or even dwarf butterfly cichlid, blue ram, the German blue ram. They have all sorts of very common names. So like a lot of fish, they get more colourful in tank bred fish. They get more colourful, but they suffer from poor breeding because they're often injected with hormones to get that colour. So it's kind of just for aesthetic reasons and can negatively affect the health of the fish. So the male specimens usually have the first few rays extended, but breeding of them, some females also have that. When close to spawning, female rams will have a pink or red flush in the abdomen. Females also do have a blue sheen over their spot, or a scattering of blue scales, and males do not show that. They reach a maximum length of 10 centimeters, and females are usually slightly smaller than males. So yeah, the reproduction, they make monogamous pairs prior to spawning, and the males will not tolerate other males. They lay very small eggs in gravel, and what happens is kind of they lay about there's a few cichlids. They obviously take care of them like other cichlids, so they tend to, both the male and female, protect the eggs and become very territorial, and they lay a clutch of up to 500, and they observed fan water over their eggs, and then they hatch about 40 hours. The larvae will not be free swimming for about 5 days and be escorted of the males or female in dense schools. So that's pretty cool. It's a very, very interesting little fish. So we've got Uber filter sorted, a Mega Chalice sorted. So that should be working. We'll see if you guys, what do you guys need to breed? Okay, it's met. Okay, so that works well for them. Let's see if the Coddy will fit. If the Coddy doesn't like it in there. You're right. Oh, they're like 5. They like to clear space, so we're going to have to sort that out quickly. I think we're able to fix that with a bigger RO machine, so we'll get rid of some of that. Just have to add some more plants. Then we can add ourselves a big RO machine. Yeah. So that works out perfectly. So they're all happy now. Happy fish, happy life. So we can have a look at them now. So we got 5 in there. Yep. So we can have a look at our Alfonso's Coddy. So these guys are a tropical fish from, you guessed it, South America. They're found in Rio in Brazil. And they get up to about 2.2 inches or 5.7 centimeters long, so this is pretty much as big as they'll get. They tend to feed on anything. They feed on worms, plant matter, crustaceans, insects, pretty much whatever they can. And they like a higher pH, and they're not very easy to breed in aquariums just because they like to spawn in open water, and they lay large eggs that attach to like a plant or a stone. The adults do not guard their eggs, and they only spawn about several tens of eggs, and when the optimal water chemistry for the eggs tends to vary from most sources, but they tend to agree that at 26 degrees the fry will hatch after about 4 days and start to eat after another 4, and they're quite hard to raise in captivity. But what also affects a lot of fish is that they often have to be wild caught, which is harder to take care of because of stress and parasites from the wild. Okay, that's cool. Just keep playing. So now we've got that sorted. I'm really glad we finally got these fish in the game because they have been worrying me for a while. I wanted to get them in, but I haven't had the right conditions or enough fish that are like the acidic water. So that works out perfectly. Look at them, very happy. And now we'll have a look at our. See if everyone's happy first. Yeah, everyone's looking happy. You guys looking happy? Yep, everyone's happy. Happy fish, no problems. So we'll have a talk about our Porcupine River Stingray. So these guys here are Porcupine River Stingray. They are from Paraguay. They are a river basin in South America. So they have some problems with chemical wearing and such. It takes place in their habitats, which can affect them and disperse them. So there's a lot of issues sometimes with mixing water. And they get pretty big. They get up to about 40 centimeters disc width and 15 kilos. And like other stingrays, they've got small denticles, and they also have a venomous barb that is venomous. You've got to be very careful of that. They get up to 6 centimeters long and is covered with a toxic mucus. So anything that sticks in you can be very, very painful and potentially dangerous. In fact, the natives of South America actually fear the stingray more than the piranha. And people know how piranhas are. But these guys usually very chillaxed. As long as you don't step on them or provoke them, they won't attack. So they're sometimes kept in exotic aquariums, even though they do not appear widely in the trade. Well, they do appear in the trade, but most of them are from this genus. They're best kept with a deep sandy substrate where it allows them to bury themselves, and they're not territorial and can be kept in groups as long as there's enough space for all the fish in there. They are bottom feeders, which require strong filtration, and they are rather sensitive to water conditions, so you've got to be very careful. Juvenile stingrays are unable to survive in waters that contain salinity of over 20%. Like many species of stingrays, they have been bred in captivity, but they require a very big tank. The males should be smaller than females and are rather aggressive, biting the female in the process. And you can tell the difference because, like in other Drychthians, they tend to have claspers, so things like sharks as well. So that's pretty cool. Very interesting species. Some breeding tanks down there. Put another camfish. What if they'd be happy with him here? Let's see what we can put him with. I don't want them eating any of my other fish. I have to make my own tank. Let's see. We'll have a quick look around while we're waiting. Pollock are looking happy. See how you guys are. Happy fish. What are you? Have you guys bred yet? Fluffy foliage to breed. Okay, so we can sort that quickly. Okay, that's cool. So that's good. What about you guys? Well, these guys don't breed. These guys have got plenty of space to breed. What about you? Might need to put a sleep in there for them to breed. Someone says to get rid of my 202 space. And that's the end of the divers. Some left wood. I think they like that. We actually haven't been spending that much money. Yeah, that's a good thing. So let's see what they want to breed us. Should be ending this video very soon anyway. I just want to see what other fish we can get breeding. That's going to take a while. We don't have any of those anywhere near them yet. I don't want to give them any piranhas yet. And these guys should be breeding soon. So we should get some horse-sized jack soon, and then maybe we can put them with the stingrays. And then it'll work well. I think that'll work perfectly. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this is coming along. Quick look around. piranhas growing up. Oh, they're not quite fully grown yet. Have to wait for them to breed. That's the thing. Happy fishing. We'll keep anything big for the next episode, I think. We've got 3 minutes anyway. I really like having a look at these guys. I love piranhas. Look at those no big jaws. Grab a thing for the thumbnail. That looks alright. That looks alright for a good thumbnail. We've got the elephants cottoning in here. I really like hanging out in these mangrove things here. Some tetras. Garden tetras. There's a ram. Oh, it's a beautiful ram. Plecos here, what if they're breeding? They're breeding yet? I'm not sure the conditions are right for breeding. Can't find a cave to breed in, so I have to give them a cave. That's too big. Okay, so they should be breeding soon anyway. There's some catfish. I don't want to trade them quite yet. I'm afraid. So we're really starting to make some good progress on this map. Looking very nice. So I think this will be a good place to end the video here. So this one's been fun but short. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far. I'm really enjoying making all these aquariums and teaching about different fish because I really like the freshwater fish. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like and subscribe as usual, and see you later. Bye bye.